Well, hello everybody and welcome back to Lisa's Coloring Corner. We are finally going to finish our picture that we started in the last video. It is out of C.L. Aldridge's book, The Best of C.L. Aldridge, and this is her mandalas. We were coloring this one. And this is for the January color along that I am co-hosting with John from the Bibliophile Colorist and Sandy from Color Creatively. I will link their channels down below in the description. So if you haven't already, go ahead and check out their channels. And I will link this book down below in case you want to look at some of Christine's books. Hard copy books are on Amazon, and she does have an Etsy shop if you like PDF formats better. She has all of her books in PDF format over there. So let's continue on with this picture. I apologize that I have not gotten back to this in a while. Life has just, been crazy. And as usual, I've only been able to record on the weekends. So it's probably going to stay that way for quite a while. So unfortunately, I don't get to do a lot of color and chats with you guys. Let me zoom in and we'll start jabbering here. So how is everybody doing? It is Saturday when I am recording this, and I sure hope I get this up yet today. Well, it'll be tonight before I get this uploaded. I have a number of other videos that I want to record yet today and tomorrow. I like to pre-record a bunch on the weekends so that I have something to put out for you guys during the week. So yeah, I have a number of other ones. I'm going to have to keep turning this book on you guys to color at the right angle. So yeah, I hope everybody's having a great weekend. It is very warm here for us for in January. We're in the 30s. Usually January is our coldest month. It is our deep freeze month where we get way, way below zero. And not this year. We had colder weather in December than we are having now in January, which I am not complaining about in the least. We are actually having some melting going on, which is really nice after all the snow that we got this past week. Well, we had enough snow to begin with, and then every day, wasn't a ton of snow every day, but we would get like an inch or two, and it's really starting to pile up out there. It's already getting hard to see over the snowbanks when you try to back out of your driveway. And in town, when you come up to a stop and go light or a stop sign, you got to get halfway out into the intersection to see if anybody's coming. It can get real dangerous. So yeah, it'd be nice if some of the snowbanks would melt. Of course, all the snowmobilers and skiers are very happy. And all the kids too. They all love the snow, right? And we have a lot of kids that, if you've been with me for a while, you know that I live up on top of a hill here in Marathon, a steep hill. And across from me is school property, so there are no houses. And it too is on a hill, so it's a beautiful sledding hill for the kids. So a lot of parents bring their kids to go sledding across the street here. So it's fun to see that. And you'll even see mom and dad go on the sleds with them sometimes. It's cute. Cute to watch. That's another reason I like living here. Summertime, you see them playing baseball over there because there's like a double baseball diamond, one on one corner of this area over here and then another one in the other corner. And they play soccer. There's soccer nets out and fly kites and all kinds of stuff. But yeah, winter time is sledding. School kids, because there's a Catholic school over there, then the school kids all, you know, they build snowmen and all kinds of stuff, you know, that kids do. I remember being a kid one day and then, you know, a century ago or so and enjoying the snow. Now I hate it. I hate being cold. Hate it, hate it. But like I said, this weather is pretty nice. And we are supposed to stay way above normal. This next week, matter of fact, a little south of us, they could hit 40. It's like, say what? Say what? Boy, that would be awesome. For us here in wintertime, that's shorts weather. Of course, there are some people who wear shorts year-round, especially the young guys. Although the other day in Walmart, I seen an older gentleman who had shorts and flip-flops on. It's like, say what? Unreal. Of course, like they say, you see anything and everything at Walmart. Did you guys ever see that Walmart coloring book? It's hilarious. I just seen a few pictures from it, but boy, they have a coloring book for anything and everything, don't they? They even have a couple of Grumpy Cat coloring books. It's so unfortunate he died, and so he was very unique. You still loving the nails? Now, these are not Color Street. These are from Lily and Fox. And my gosh, I've had these on for over a week now. Gosh, when did I put these on? But yeah, I love them. Now, I did put a base coat down. I have a lot of ridges in my fingernails, so I did put down a base ridge filler. And then on top, once I got these on, I did put 2 coats of, it's a Sally Hansen top coat. And I especially paid attention to the tips. And that's probably made a difference too. But yeah, they are just like the day I put them on. They are lasting so awesome. I didn't expect them to look this well yet after, I don't know, 10 days, 9 days. Can't remember. But yeah, they are lasting so good, which is good and bad because from Color Street, I got some for Valentine's Day. I have my Color Street ones right here. Aren't them pretty? Floral. I thought they were so pretty. And then here's the Valentine's Day ones. And I want to put them on, seeing as how Valentine's Day is coming up. So even though these are lasting, I may take them off anyhow and put the Valentine's Day ones on. And then I got those, the ombre ones. Isn't that gorgeous? And then I thought these were pretty too. So yeah, I wanted to try out some Color Street. And if you buy 3, you get 1 free. So yeah, I had to try them anyhow. I hear so many good things about Color Street. So, but I'll tell you, if all the Lily and Fox last as well as this first set is, because of them being so much cheaper than Color Street, I may just, well, I have a lot from Lily and Fox anyhow to use up, so I have enough nail wraps to last me for quite a while. Between Color Street and Lily and Fox. And Lily and Fox right now has, now I don't know if they're always that price, or it says they're on sale, but I've seen them that price for a while now, for $2.99. So yeah, they're much cheaper than the Color Street, but a lot of times you do get what you pay for. So I can't say anything until I try out the Color and Street and kind of compare them. Like I said, I'm sure it makes a difference putting that top coat on. Even though they, you know, say that they have a built-in base coat and top coat to them, I thought, well, adding my own on top of it would probably help, and I think it has. So, yeah, very happy with them. You guys doing anything for the weekend? I'm not, which is just how I like it. Still kind of playing around. We did decide to go with the Fire TV, the Amazon Fire TV, because we are cutting the cable. Finally, we've been talking about it for quite a while. And just a minute, I lost my pen cap. Okay. All right. I'll continue that story in a minute. I gotta decide what colors I want to go with up here. Okay, we got the greens here, so I guess we'll go with the two blues up here. And 1 minute. Okay, I am back, and you didn't even miss me. All right. Bob just got home. For you new subscribers, Bob is my boyfriend. And was looking for a car for his sister, because his sister's car went kaput, and because Bob knows so much about cars, being a mechanic for many years, he knows more what to look for. So, but they had to drive quite a ways to get this car. It's just a cheaper used car, but that's all she needs anyhow. So wanted to see how things went. So, and yeah, they got it. So drove it back out to their place, and everything's good. So yeah, I was talking about the Fire TV. So we got that. Got a Toshiba TV from Best Buy. It was a 55-inch with the Fire TV built in for $300. It was on sale. And then you got a free Echo Dot with it. So I'm learning all about Alexa. It's so neat. Alexa, go to CBS. Alexa. We also have Sling, so I'll go open Sling. Or Sling TV, whatever. And oh, it was so cool. One time this past week, I wanted to call Bob at work, and I'd always have to leave a message because he can't have his phone on at work. So I said, Alexa, call Bob on cell. And she goes, do you mean Bob Schreier on mobile? And I said, yes. And she goes, calling Bob Schreier on mobile. And it rang, and I got his voicemail. And then sitting from my chair, Alexa's across the room by the TV, and I left my message, and he said he could hear it just fine. He said you could kind of tell, you know, that it was farther away, but So yeah, couldn't even use Alexa for that. I still don't know what you can all use Alexa for. I know some of them you have to add the skills for. Well, I don't know where. I mean, I have the Alexa app now on my phone, and I know there are some skills in there that you can add to her in order to have other things work. But I don't know even what to look for because, you know, how do you know what she's even capable for and what skills you should add when you don't even know what they all are? Right? So I gotta do some studying up on that. But I've been having problems this entire week because for anybody that has tried to type on something like that, you know that you can't use, you know, you have to use the remote and scroll over to each individual letter, right? Like when you're searching for a movie on Netflix. Well, this is the same thing, and it's like, that is such a pain in the butt. I don't know how many times I've had to log into one thing or another with, you know, my email and password, and of course your password has caps and symbols in, and oh my gosh, takes forever. So I had bought a Bluetooth keyboard, and that keyboard would not pair. Not for the life of me could I get that thing to pair. So it's like, okay, that's going back to Amazon. It just must. There are certain things that will not work with the Fire TV, and that must have been one of them. And then I thought, oh, there's a lot of games on here on the Fire TV. Jaden would, you know, like those, and there's even some on there I would like. So I thought, oh, we really need a gaming controller. Yeah, I was reading on ones that would work with the Fire TV. Yeah, the one I got didn't work. So that's going back. Plus, I bought the charger for it, the charging unit. So that's got to go back too. And oh gosh, got a mouse. The first mouse I ordered was my fault because it was wireless, not Bluetooth. So it had the little dongle, you know, that you had to plug in to a USB port. So that was my mistake. But then I did order, and that mouse I'm keeping because my mouse that I have for my laptop is really old. I know it's going to give out pretty soon. So I thought, well, I'll keep my old one as a backup mouse in case mine or Bob's goes kaput, because Bob's is really old too. So I thought, well, I'll just keep that and use that one. Keep my old one as a backup. So I'm not returning that, but I did buy a Bluetooth mouse. Nope, that will not connect either. So that's going back. Then, because I hate the tinny sound that comes out of these TVs nowadays, you know, and I was reading up on that, you know, the thinner they are making these flat screen TVs, the worse the sound is. And yeah, I did not like the audio on this TV, so I thought, well, I've always wanted to get a sound bar, and you can get them relatively, you know, inexpensive. So I bought a Bluetooth one. You think I could get that bugger to pair? Nope. So that's going back. Did some more research. Come to find out, Amazon, the Fire TV, they made a soundbar specifically for the Fire TV. And so I got that one. It was unfortunately quite a bit more expensive, but it came today, and I did get that to work. Yay! And I do like it, but it comes with its own remote, and it is a Fire, just like, you know, the regular remote that came with the Fire TV, only it has some additional features and additional buttons that would really come in handy, plus the pre-programmed buttons on the bottom. Two of them I'll never use on the regular Fire TV remote, and that's HBO and View, VUE TV. I'm not ever going to have those, so those two buttons are useless for me. Well, on this new remote, it still has HBO, but it has Prime Music on the button, on one of the buttons, instead of the View. So that one I may use. But yeah, so I really wanted to get this new remote paired. I have tried, I don't know for how long, to try and get that remote working. I have tried and tried and tried. I looked up, you know, on Google. I did searches for, you know, problems with pairing it, and looked on YouTube, and I am having problems yet again with this blue pen. It's not coloring the best. And yeah, watched YouTube videos, and all they would show me is things I've already done and tried a gazillion times. So I don't know if I can call Amazon on that or what. This soundbar is not made by Amazon. It is made by Anchor. Was it? Gosh, what was it? Anchor Nebula? No, I don't know. But, you know, maybe I have to contact that company direct. I don't know. But I want to get that remote working. So yeah, I putzed around with this stuff that I got this morning for a couple hours when I should have been recording videos. Because it is now 2:30 in the afternoon. I like to get recording by noon or earlier, because again, I like to pre-record a bunch on the weekend, and then on Saturdays Bob and I usually go out for supper, so then I gotta, you know, hop in the shower and stuff, so I can only record till like 4. So I'm gonna have to record tonight. I have a number of flip through videos to do of some books I got, and a couple diamond painting unboxings. I actually finally, after seeing so many people loving Diamond Art Club, I gave in and finally bought one. And if you diamond paint, you may have heard of this company. I'm sure you have if you do diamond painting at all. And, you know, it's based here in the United States, so they are a little more expensive. But they do have, they have a clearance section. So I went and looked in there, and most of them I didn't care for a whole lot. The majority, or so many of Diamond Art Clubs are, oh, what's the artist's name? Mandy something? Gosh, no, that ain't it. I can't remember. But, and I know there are so many people that love her work and love her diamond paintings, but it is just not my style. So I did pick out one that I just loved the colors in. It was with, I think it's a mermaid in the water, and then it's got a dolphin, and it's got like a sunset in it, so it's got really pretty colors. And this pen's running out of ink, and I don't think I have refills here. Let me see. No, I don't. So I'm going to pause. I'm going to go get my refills and put a refill in this pen. Maybe it'll color better. One moment. Alrighty. So I got my refills here. I have the various set of refills for the, you know, the various, what I call various, where you have the pastels, neons, and whatever. And then I have the glitter. I actually had 2 boxes of each, so I kind of combined them all into one box here. So we need, what is this one? Glitter Glacier C253, and let's hope that I have one. Well, it looks like I may in here. Maybe I should have done all this off camera, sorry. Let's see if this blue is it. C253, yep. Okay. We'll stick that all back in there later. So let's quick change this out. Let's quick scribble on something, get it going. Yeah, and hope and pray it colors better. Oh, much better. So I think we'll start up here. It must have just been that refill. Because, yeah, this is much smoother. It was odd that that, you know, pen was coloring like that, because typically ColorIt's gel pens are awesome. Very smooth and juicy, if there is such a thing for a gel pen. So yeah, I got a lot of things to return to Amazon, and I want to return them all together. Well, except for the sound bar I have to return, because that's in its own big box and it's an odd size. So, but all the other things I want to return together, so I want one return label. And for some reason I can only check off 2 items to return together, and then I try to click on add other items, and it says there's an error. That's all I keep getting, is there's an error. So it's not letting me do that, so I may have to contact Amazon for that too. Maybe I can kill 2 birds with 1 stone, huh? I hate calling people, so it'd be great if I could do that. And I hate returning things, you know, boxing things back up. A lot of times, even if I don't like a coloring book and stuff, I just keep it anyhow. I don't return them. Such a pain in the butt. You know, get over, you know, package everything back up and get over to UPS in Wausau. It's hard for me to get to UPS when they're open, because of course during the week I can't go, except for if I quick run in before Heather gets here with the kids, which is what I had to do last time when I had to return something. So I had to return a couple Christmas gifts. So yeah, we'll see what they say. I did finally find a keyboard that works though, and it is so neat. It is a itty bitty little keyboard that folds up in half, but I didn't want something that had such teeny little keys on it that would be like you know, the keyboard on your phone, where you gotta just, you know, barely touch it. This one folds in half, and it's about that long by maybe that big. So it's not very big at all, but then when it opens up, it has big enough keys on it where you can actually type on it, and it's got the function key with all your, you know, numbers on top, like your regular keyboard, connected beautifully, and you can connect it up to 3 devices. So I'm going to connect it to my phone and my iPad also. And with it being so compact, I can keep it right in the drawers next to me that I have in the living room. I have this, it's a 3-drawer thing where I keep a bunch of my gel pens and things, you know, that I use a lot right there by my chair. And I can keep this little keyboard in there, so it's nice and handy when I want to, you know, type on the Fire TV, like if you're searching for something, or you got to enter, your user ID and password or whatever. It's nice and handy. So I was happy about that I finally got a couple things to pair this morning, and I'm able to use them. The sound bar that I finally got paired, even though I couldn't get the remote paired, sounds great. Such a difference between just the speakers of the TV. Bob's like, well, I don't hear a difference. I sure can. There's just so much more bass sound to it, and nice. It'll be especially nice for movies and things. Your everyday program probably doesn't matter as much, because we just watch CBS and, you know, ABC, mostly CBS. So that's another reason why we really felt we didn't utilize cable, you know, all the stations that you get on cable, 90% of which you don't need, because, you know, they're music stations or they're shopping stations, or, you know, just a ton of crap channels. So yeah, we decided to go with Sling because it's cheaper than Hulu. Otherwise, you know, we were going to go with Hulu, and Hulu is kind of built into the Fire TV. You can tell that a lot of people go with Hulu versus Sling. But like I said, Sling is cheaper. We picked the blue package, and so you get all of the cable channels that we would ever watch. You know, a lot of times on the weekends we'd watch Lifetime, or Bob likes his FS1, especially when his drag racing comes on. And so yeah, you just install the app. I do want to add memory to it though, because the more apps, of course, you put on it, the more memory or you know, storage you're using up, and it doesn't come with a lot of storage. So I have it probably 3/4 filled already, so I am getting a 256 gig flash drive, because the TV does have one USB port in it. And so you can add external storage to it. And then we did get the Recast, which is their DVR system. So we are able to record programs, you know, and play them back. So, you know, and even if you're on the go with the app on your phone, you can watch them anywhere. You just look for what's on your DVR. So, you know, all in all, so far we're happy. I am paid for Dish through, I thought it was the end of this month, but then when I just paid the bill this past week, thinking, okay, you know, that was for this last month. Yeah, forgetting that you pay for the month ahead. So it's like, now I have Dish till the end of February. So we're going to keep it anyhow. I didn't hook up Bob's Fire Stick on his TV yet. We had gotten a free Fire Stick with Sling if you paid for 2 months ahead, you know, for the first 2 months. So we did that and then got the free Fire Stick for his TV. Otherwise we would have had to order one. And just the Fire Stick alone, I think, is $40, so saved us some money. Didn't get a Fire Stick for my TV in the bedroom because it just don't watch TV in there much. And now I'm thinking, maybe I will eventually have to get one though, because of the games. If Jaden decides he wants to play some games, it'd just be nice to say, you know, go in the bedroom and go play, so that he's not tying up the TV in the living room. A lot of times during the day, because I have them on Fridays. And, you know, during the day, there's not a lot I watch anyhow, so it wouldn't bother me a whole lot. But sometimes, especially when sometimes I have them overnight, and then it would be nice for him to be able to go in there and play, and we can still watch TV. But yeah, during the day there's not a whole lot on. I'm not a soap watcher, so used to really be into The Young and the Restless and Bold and the Beautiful. And then I started getting behind, and I did have it set, and I'm off camera. I did have it to record all, you know, videos or all episodes, but I just wasn't able to keep up on them. I wasn't able to marathon them and keep up with it, so I just quit recording them all and deleted them off the DVR. It's one thing I don't like though, because we do still have Dish. I cannot access the DVR out in the living room where the Fire TV is. Not everything that's recorded, like on primetime and stuff, because it automatically records all primetime. Bella, what are you doing? Quit digging in the carpet. But now Bob, with not having the Fire Stick installed yet, he's utilizing Dish, so he would be able to access the DVR yet. So I should look on my Dish Anywhere app on my phone and see if I can access it. Didn't think of that. I'll have to try that. Oh yeah, with returning that controller. Oh yeah, I did find, that's right, I did find the controller, the gaming controller that I needed. Only it was sold out or unavailable on Amazon, and it's like, oh, that figures. But I did find a used one on, forgot what it was called. It's like eBay. It's a selling app, and it's like in new condition. And it was only $13, so it's like, okay, let's go for that. So it was already shipped within like a day, so we should be, and it was shipped first class, so we should be getting that next week. That'll make Jaden happy. So yeah, all kinds of playing around. Been watching a lot of YouTube videos, and it's just incredible what you can all download to get more movies and TV shows. Especially this one guy called Curiosity Cafe, and I've subscribed to him now because he has taught me so much of how to get other movie channels and stuff that you normally can't access. So it's really neat. So yeah, a lot of playing around, having fun. That's my kind of jam. Anything electronic. Give me anything electronic. Like when I got my Apple Watch, I mean, I had so much fun those first few days. And I still want to watch more YouTube videos and see all the stuff you can do with this thing. It's incredible. Well, we know with our phones that we have, you know, little miniature computers in our hands. Well, the Apple Watch is a little mini computer on your wrist. So it's really neat to be able to get your text messages and your emails and everything. Of course, you got to dictate. You don't have a little keyboard. It'd be kind of difficult. You can write out one letter at a time on a little pad that comes up, but oh my God. I've tried that. Holy Hannah. Especially if you want like a number, the number 0. Yeah. Usually comes up as a O. The only way to get a 0 is if you make it real skinny and long. Then it kind of knows you want a 0 rather than the letter O. Oh, it's hilarious. So, yeah, I don't use that. But I do text with it, and I do call Bob on my watch. Or text him. Text Heather. Now, if I'm sitting in my chair, though, I can have Alexa do it. So now I got Siri and Alexa. And it was so funny when we first got this with that the Amazon Fire Dot. You know, you can say, Alexa, play, and then list a song. So when Maddie got here that morning, I go, Maddie, watch this. And so I know she loves Frozen so much, so I go, Alexa, play Let It Go. And started playing it, and she was just in heaven. Oh, so I said, Alexa, volume up, or something like that. I can't remember. And so then it got louder, and she goes, louder. So after that, she was trying to talk to Alexa. But of course, her speech is not the best yet, especially for a 3-year-old. So they're going to be looking at that. But so of course, Alexa didn't recognize her, and I tried to explain that to Maddie. But she still would keep trying to talk to Alexa. And you can tell Mom and Dad have Apple products, because sometimes she'd go, hey Siri. Whoops. Oh crap. I didn't get that. Now my iPad just recognized, hey Siri. Exit.
To force an app to close, click the home button.
Oh shoot.
On the app's preview, close it.
Oh my gosh. Let me see if I can get my screen back on my... Okay. Oh man, I can't believe I did that. Let me see if I got my zoom back. Ugh. Okay. I do. Sorry, am I making you guys sick? Now, I never know. I know I can never say that when I'm recording. They're listening to you. I'm surprised my phone didn't do something, that it completely quit me out of this app that I use for recording, because there's a companion app then that I have installed on my iPad, because I use my phone to record, and then I can see it via this other app on my iPad, and that's how I can see where I'm at and how long I've been recording and things like that, or how I start and stop recording. So if you ever see at the very end, I'll say, "And happy coloring, bye guys," and then you see my hand go away, yeah, that's so I can stop the recording on my iPad. And it works really good. The two apps together weren't the cheapest, but well worth the money, because it works seamlessly between the two. If anybody's interested, it's called Filmic Pro. And they do have a bundle where you can get the one for your phone and then the one for the iPad together. But it's like 20 bucks for the both of them. So for an app, that's quite a bit of money, but well worth it, like I said. Where I use it every time I record. Lets me zoom in and out nicely. I just have to remember every single time I start up, it normally will automatically put your recording file in its own app, the Filmic app. I don't want it in that app. I want it in my camera roll so I can find it easier. So you have to turn that on whenever you start recording. And there's been a few times I have forgotten. And so, yeah, I go into my Photos app on my phone and it's not there, and I'm having a heart attack, especially if it's a long color and chat or something. I'm like, I wonder if I forgot to push that. So I go into the other app, the Filmic app, and there it is. And I'm like, oh, thank heavens. So then you can transfer it to your camera roll. But the longer the video is, the longer it takes to transfer. And once in a while, I have had a problem transferring it. So that's why I don't want to put it in the app itself. I want it to go direct to my camera roll. I bet you that whole conversation was boring as hell to you guys. Who cares how she records? Sorry. Went off on a tangent. Okay. Let's get this last side done. And because I did have to start and stop this video a couple of times now, whoops, that's got to be dark. Light goes in here. Thank heavens I did it that way and didn't put the dark blue in the wrong spot, because of course I can go over that with the dark blue, but naturally you can't go over the dark with light. So we are getting along in this. We'll just have the corners to do, because I have about 1 hour left before I have to hop in the shower. And then we do, of course, like all Saturdays, have to stop at Walmart and pick up my groceries, because you subscribers that have been with me for a while know that I use the new service that Walmart offers with ordering your groceries online and just having to pick them up. Oh, which is so nice. We are just getting lazier and lazier, aren't we? But it's You know, especially for moms with young kids, I bet you it's got to be an awesome, awesome feature. And it's completely free of service, free of charge, free of service. They can't even accept tips or anything. So I feel so bad for them in winter. Like the last time when I picked up the groceries, it was pretty chilly out. And I told the gal that put the groceries in my car. I says, I feel so bad for you guys. And she says, yeah, when it's cold like this, we go fast, she goes. But they still have to be, of course, really careful how they put your groceries in. And that's how they pack them in them big plastic bins that they bring out. They always put the more breakable things separate, you know, like eggs or, you know, things like that. And your meat, of course, goes separate, you know. And they are careful on how they put groceries in your car, be it your trunk or in your back seat or whatever. And they're all so friendly. That has to be a requirement for them to be able to, you know, do that job. They have to have great personalities because, yeah, they have just all been so good. And it's just so handy, especially in the winter or even in the summer if it's pouring rain out. Of course, you wouldn't know that because you order them ahead of time. But I usually order mine the day ahead. But yesterday I forgot. So I ordered them this morning and I still can pick them up at between 5 and 6. So we go after we're done eating. Works out really good. Because I always get stuff I always make a big meal on Sundays and then enough left over for a few meals during the week when the kids are here, because it's kind of hard to make a nice meal when I have Levi now. So it just works out better to heat up some leftovers. Maddie's pulled a few funnies this week. Many of you have loved, you told me you loved the Maddie stories. Let's see. Oh, I had ordered her this cooking set off of AliExpress. It was just, you know, a cheap little, it has a little stove and then it has these little pots and pans and some spatulas and spoons, you know, soup ladles. So when I gave it to her the first few days, she kept asking me, so what do you want to eat? And I go, how about some pizza? Okay, so she made me pizza. And then, what did I say? Something about soup or something. She goes, I need a little more practice. Need a little more practice. And what else did she pull? Oh, she was just so funny. Oh, when I was talking about sledding, that's when we were getting some snow, you know, and she was talking about how she goes sledding with her big brother outside. And then she asked if I go sledding. And I said, no. I said, you know, Grandma doesn't go sledding anymore. And she goes, you an old grandma now? I go, yeah, I'm an old grandma now. Old grandmas don't go sledding. Old grandmas don't like being out in the cold. Oh, that girl just cracks me up sometimes. However, on Wednesday, she did not crack me up. Oh my heavens. Since starting to babysit this kid from itty bitty baby on, 6, 7 weeks old. I have never, ever had a day babysitting like I did on Wednesday. Oh my gosh, Maddie must have been tired or something. Whined and cried about every little thing. Shortly after she got here, she threw an absolute temper tantrum for over half an hour, screaming on the top of her lungs about this, that, and the other. Well, first she hates having her pants on. And, there were a few other things that, she knew I was going to say no to, but I think that's why she asked, because then she'd have something more to scream about. And I tried getting her out of it by diverting her attention to something else, but that did not work. Oh, my heavens. And then Levi was crankier that day. I have to tell you, not lying, boy, by the end of the day, I was almost in tears because I was so frustrated. I had it. I did not know what to do with these kids anymore. Oh, and Heather had told me then, I think yesterday, she said she could tell, that I was about ready to cry by the time she came and picked them up. And she goes, yep. She goes, I get like that too. It's sometimes they just kind of all gang up on you. And I think they know that. Oh, I can laugh about it now, but I'll tell you, I was not laughing that day. And then the next day, on Thursday, they were both good as gold. It's like, oh my gosh, what a difference a day makes. Because we're trying also to get Maddie out of this cycle of having to go to the bathroom. Well, not having, wanting to go to the bathroom every 5-10 minutes. And it's been ever since she wet the bed and kind of got yelled at by Dad. And that must have really, really gotten to her. And yeah. So we tried it on Thursday and it worked like a charm. If she waits for a half an hour, and I actually a few times made her wait longer than that because she don't know the difference. But if she waits, then she got a little treat, and Heather had fruit gushers for her. Even though it's not the healthiest of snacks, she absolutely loves them. So it was a good bribe and worked like a charm. She would just ask, can I go potty yet? Can I go potty yet? No, you gotta wait a little bit yet. And then she'd wait, can I go potty yet? No, not quite yet, hon. Oh my goodness. What are we going to do in the corner here? But on Friday, yesterday, it didn't work quite as well. No, it didn't. But it still worked, a little bit. She still was not in there as much as she was. So, okay, I want to do the dark green in here. We don't have, and yet I want to get the light green in here too, because now we have so much blue around. Maybe I should do no, because we got the, I'm thinking. Let me do the dark green in here, and then once I have that in, I'll be able to see it better in my mind of what I want to do for the rings. Because I definitely want to get some more of this light green in, so I think I'm going to do the inner one with the light green. I know I've had a couple comments from the first part of this ColorIt chat, how much you like that bright green because it just pops. I agree. I love that in here. Worked out really well. Oh my gosh, my tummy's growing. Didn't really have lunch. I was putzing with the TV so much. I did grab a bagel to eat, but that was pretty much all I've had today. Oh my. Life kind of gets busy and don't have time to eat. That's not always the case, of course, but usually when we go out to eat, you know, we here in America get such huge, huge servings. You know, they could give you half the amount of food they give you and then just charge a little bit less. But no, they give you enough for, you know, a couple meals. Well, for Bob and I, it's like 3 meals. So we have plenty for lunch the next day. And then even some extra sometimes. But last week we went to a Mexican restaurant. And it was this restaurant we've been to a few times, but we haven't been there in a while. So it's like, ooh, Mexican sounded really good. And I tried their nachos, their deluxe nachos. And oh my gosh, they were so good. But you would not believe the huge platter of nachos that I got. It's like, oh my God, I could eat on this for 4 days. But you know the problem with getting nachos and taking them home? They do not reheat at all. So, yeah, that was not good. You know, number one, the tortilla chips get absolutely soft, of course. So I did add some. We took the extra chips home. We usually do that because their chips are so darn good. Just thin and crispy, crunchy, you know. So we always ask to take those home because they got to toss it anyhow. And so I put some of those on, and that helped. But yeah, it just, yeah. So I know better than to get those coming loose next time. But you know, even anything like I love hard shell tacos. You can't really get those either. And I already gotten their big burrito. It's so good and it's humongo. And you know, even reheating that the next day, it isn't the best. So yeah, Mexican food is not real good for reheating. And I think to make these stand out, I'm going to put the bright green in here too and make this pop, I think. Or should I put the dark green? Maybe I'll do that. I'll put the dark green in here so I can put the bright green around the outside because I put, yeah, we'll do that. Okay, so because there's light blue there, we got to put the dark blue here. Whoops, went over the line. And then we'll put the light blue in here. So we'll see how this corner looks. We'll do it all, each corner all at once, rather than flipping the book around all the time. Yeah, I like how this is looking. I'm glad I was able to do this with just the 4 colors. Because you know me, I love the limited color palette. Sometimes in my designs I have to, just because of the way the design is, and I cannot stand putting the same color next to each other. Ooh, no, 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 that's a big no-no. And so then I will have to add in a 5th. Sometimes that's hard to do afterwards though, because you already have your color palette picked out, and then you have to try to find something that's going to go with that color palette, right? And it, yeah, can be hard. Okay, this is not going over this the best. Not too bad though. It's kind of hard seeing coloring with that bright green because it's starting to get a little little late in the afternoon, so the light is starting to go away a little bit, but I see it looks okay on camera. So yeah, it's kind of hard to see that bright green. Time is at 3:15. Oh yeah, we got plenty of time. I am hoping, even though it's getting late in the month, I'm really hoping, excuse me, to get one more picture done for Jelly January. Oh, had to pause yet again. I could feel a sneeze coming on. Oh, and I didn't want to sneeze in your ear. So then you know how you can feel it coming on, and yet you won't sneeze, and you won't sneeze. And it's like, come on. And I finally sneezed. It's like, okay, now we can get back to coloring. Oh my goodness. Let's see, what's something else funny Maddie did? She's such a card. Oh, you know how I always have to be walking around with Levi when he gets real cranky, and I want to keep him up for a little while yet if he's tired, so that he's really good and tired before I lay him down, so he doesn't cry too long, because it breaks my heart when I lay him down. He cries every time and sounds so pathetic, you know. So Maddie likes to sometimes follow me as I'm walking around the circle that's in my house. And sometimes she'll say, "Catch me, Grandma." So then Levi and I are zooming around trying to catch her. Well, I think it was yesterday, yeah. She has this great big multicolored ball that she likes to sit on. And she came up behind me with that ball, and she had it on my butt. She goes, "Grammy, you got a big butt." I go, I have a big butt, huh? "Yeah, you got a big butt." It's like, I didn't say it, but it's like, I don't think it's my butt. Grandma's got a flat butt. Oh my goodness. Like I said, she's a character. And she is so excited to be starting daycare next Wednesday. For my new subscriber, she is going to be starting a daycare on Wednesdays and Thursdays. So I will only have Levi those 2 days. And then they are adding on, and hope the addition's done in springtime sometime. So then she is thinking of enrolling Levi those 2 days too. And I'm like, oh, you mean I'm going to have 2 days free during the week? Oh, guess what, guys? I'd be able to record more. More color and chats. Maybe some longer ones again. I just haven't been able to do long color and chats anymore because, yeah, I'm so limited on my time of, you know, being able to record. And I typically have a lot of other videos to record too, either, you know, reviews of products or flip throughs or a combination of the two. I haven't had any diamond painting unboxings for a while because heaven knows I have enough. Yeah, and I haven't been able to diamond paint in a long time anyhow. Although I should show you something. Let me get up here and get it. I was diamond painting in my chair, and let me zoom you out. We had diamond painted together on this a long time ago. I did a diamond painting in chat, but I was only like up to here, and I never got back to doing a diamond painting in chat either. So I finished it. This is the colorful dandelions picture. It's just a 30 by 40. So it's a small enough size where I can do it in my chair. And guess what? I had done a review. This is Artesa's. I hope I can get it in the frame. This is Artesa's artist easel box. Yeah, it's kind of hard to see on here. That I did a review on quite a while ago. Guess what? This works perfect to do diamond paintings in your chair. You just put your little light box, you know, the A4 size. I had to think because the numbers go backwards as far as size. A4 is the smallest, and then A3 is the bigger one. But yeah, you just put your, actually, I keep this down because otherwise it wants to keep falling down. So I keep this down. I put my light pad in here, and then I prop it up. This does prop up. I'm going to have Bob make another slot though, because even the lowest one is kind of high for me. Some people like diamond painting on a higher angle like this. I don't. So I want him to put another little slot in here for me. That's a little bit, you know, halfway down in here. So I can put the angle down a little bit more than here. But this thing works so perfect. If you haven't seen my review, go back and watch it. This thing is so nicely made, and you know, it latches tight shut, but if you open it, it has a couple, now where are they? A drawer in here. Where did it go? I haven't used the drawers. But yeah, you undo these. Yeah, I cannot. Oh, here we go. The drawer comes out, and then you have like an artist palette in here. You can keep diamond painting supplies in here. You could keep your pens in here and wax. You could even keep, if your drills come in those baggies and stuff, could keep your drills that you need in here. I mean, this thing works so neat for diamond painting. So yeah, if you're interested in this, see, this is the one thing I don't like, is the way that this drawer slides in and out. It is difficult because it is the tongue and groove. Oh, I got it out crooked now, so it's not going to go back in. So yeah, this, I think what I'm going to do, I'm just going to leave it out for now. I'm going to wax where those slide in and out, and then it will go in and out much nicer. But yeah, made that neat discovery. It just fits in your lap so nice. So yeah, I actually did get that diamond painting done, and then I did start a little bit bigger one for in my lap. It's just so much more comfortable diamond painting in my rocker recliner. I don't recline while I'm doing it, just like I don't recline when I'm coloring. But it's just more comfortable than at my drafting table. I do have to get at my big diamond. Oh, let me zoom back in. Sorry, guys. On my great big diamond painting, it's my huge waterfall that I have been neglecting for months. It's a 70 by 90. So it is my biggest diamond painting. I have a lot of 60 by 80s to do, because that was always my size. I loved how all the details, just, you know, unbelievable detail in a 60 by 80. And I have a great big Christmas one that I love putting up at Christmas time. It's got a Christmas tree and teddy bear in it, and I mean just all kinds of things. And the detail just, I mean, there's little wooden blocks under the tree. You can read the letters on the blocks, and I mean, it's just, yeah. So, yeah, I got a lot of 60 by 80s to do, which of course take a long time. But there for a while, I was diamond painting every night after, well, that was before I had Levi though, after Maddie left. Yeah, one moment. My goodness, another sneeze. Wow, must be allergic to something. Holy cow. But yeah, I have not been diamond painting at night at all. I was just thinking the other night though, I should get out the one that I'm doing in my chair. I can't even remember now what the picture was, because I had put everything away in the closet when we had those couple of house showings. And for you new subscribers, I'm trying to sell my house, find a new house to move into that's a little bit cheaper so Bob can retire after everything he's been through, because he had esophageal cancer, and yeah, he just deserves to be able to retire. So want something cheaper. But so yeah, when had a number of house showings a couple weeks ago, so packed everything up and put it in one of the closets, and haven't gotten it back out. And I've just been coloring at night, and I think this one's running out too. I hope not. We're getting close to the end. Oh my gosh, it is. Oh, ugh. Okay, this one is in number, let's see, C246. Let's see if we can find this one. We should. This is one thing I love about ColorIt's gel pens. Let's see, C246. It's so easy to find the refills. Because you have the code, you know, right on the barrel. Can't even see that. Right on the barrel. Still can't see it, but. And then you have the code right on the refill. It's kind of blurry, but. So yeah, really easy to match up. A while back though, I did review and swatching out, comparing a couple of other gel pen sets that come in cases. Oh, let's scribble and get it going. That come in cases just like ColorIt's do. And they are almost identical. The one is absolutely identical to ColorIt's. So you would even be able to use it comes with a set of refills, but you can't buy refills separately. But you'd be able to use ColorIt's refills. And the other set, I think there was one color that was different, and the numbering system on the refills was a little different, but it'd be very easy to match up the colors and still be able to use the ColorIt refills. So again, if you're interested in that video, you can go back in my playlists, and it should be in there. That one's probably in the reviews, swatching or something. I can't remember the name of the playlist. But yeah, so I've been making some interesting discoveries. So yeah, we're getting there, folks. We're getting there. Okay, let's do the dark blue. Oh, whoops, a little bit of white in here. Can't have that, right? No white. Mr. Levi is so close to crawling. Oh my gosh. I tell ya, you know, I have this great big play mat. It's got to be, oh my gosh, probably 6 foot by 6 foot, maybe 5.5. I don't know. It takes up huge area on my living room floor. And used to be he'd stay in one spot, you know, lay him on his back or his belly, and he'd be happy as a clam for well, a little while anyhow, till he got bored. But now you put him on his back, he flops over like a turtle. Put him on his tummy, he'll flop over on his back. So just has to do the opposite, right? And let's do the dark greens in here. But yeah, if he's on his tummy and he sees one of his toys, it doesn't matter if it's all the way across that mat. He finds a way to scoot himself, lickety split, over to the edge of the other mat to get that toy. And he's starting to get his knees up underneath him, so it's like, oh yeah, it's not going to be long now. Then the fun really starts, right? For any of you guys that have had children or do have children. Oh boy. Yeah, then Grandma's really going to be racing around. It's like, come here, Levi. Come here, Levi. I remember when Maddie got to that stage, and the way my house is, the layout, there's no way I can put baby gates up because the living room is completely open to the dining room. And then the kind of circle in my house, it goes around this huge stone wall that has a double-sided fireplace in it. And it goes, you know, from the living room in through the dining room, a little bit of the kitchen, in through this room, which is supposed to be a family room, and it's the other side of the fireplace. And then you go around through the front hallway a little bit, and around you go. So that's kind of the route I go with Levi when I'm walking with him. So, yeah, living room into the dining room, you can't put a gate. And then coming the other way, it's all open from the living room, kind of open anyhow, into, don't tell me this one's running out, into the front hallway. So it's too wide for a baby gate too. So, yeah, there's no way to block them off. When Maddie was crawling, I had put, on the one side, I had put, I have a short, maybe, let me look, maybe a 3-foot high bookcase. And, you know, filled with books, so it's nice and heavy, can't be tipped over at all. Put that in one area, so, and then that didn't quite fill up the space. I can't remember what else I put there. So she was kind of blocked off one direction, but then it's hard for us to get through. You know, I can't begin to count how many times I tried to get over whatever we put next to that bookcase, because it was shorter than the bookcase, but it was enough to block her yet. So it was something that we could step over to get through. Yeah, I could not begin to count the number of times I broke one of my toes. Oh my heavens. Painful. No sooner did one toe heal, I'd do it again. And yeah, I was pretty sure they were broke. I don't think they were just sprained. Maybe a few times they were just sprained or jammed, but there were a number of times I was pretty sure they were broke. Oh, well, not they, one at a time. I think it was one at a time. I don't know. It was just painful. And the one time I was sure it was broke because it kind of was to the side a little bit. I know. Cringeworthy. Sorry. Excuse me. But yeah, so I'm not sure what we're going to do this time. May just have to keep running after them. That's always fun. And then when they start walking, oh. But that's with all kids. Oh my gosh, you know, I'm getting a tickle in my throat too. Wonder if I have my cough drops here. Would have to happen right when I get to the end. Where's my cough drops? Oh, here they are. Quick pop it in before it's too late. Bob found these. He had bought these chloroseptics because your regular cough drops, I don't know, never seem to calm the itch, the tickle I should say, in my throat. But these work like a charm. Sorry. Sucking on a cough drop now. Not nice when you're doing a color and chat. That's why I always make sure I do not have gum in my mouth before I record. I used to be a huge gum chewer, and I'm not so much anymore. Especially when I was trying to lose weight, I would buy sugar-free gum because sometimes you get a craving for something sweet. And so then I would pop a piece of sugar-free gum in my mouth, and you know, it worked. It would be just enough of that sweet flavoring, you know, to cure it. But now, since I had my bariatric surgery and I've lost all this weight and I'm not really dieting, I mean, yeah, you're always having to watch what you eat, but you should never ever say it's a diet, because your brain hears that 4-letter word and it starts rebelling instantly. You have to say it's just a new way of eating, a new, you know, style of eating that you have to just maintain. And if you go off the deep end one day, that's okay. Matter of fact, many of the well, I don't know about dietitians, but experts say you should have a semi-cheat day, like every week. Say, well, like for me, you're going out to eat. Well, you don't want to get something that you're absolutely going to gorge on, and there's, 1,500 calories in that meal alone, or more. But to be able to have a little bowl of ice cream, to be able to have, some treat of some sort, maybe a candy bar. But then, you either make up for it with extra exercise, or you watch it a little more the next day. Or can't totally deprive yourself, right? Because otherwise you're never going to be able to stick with it. So many people, jump into diet so head first, and you're all gung-ho, maybe for the entire first week or two. And then, because you are deprived of absolutely everything, you can't take it. And so you do cheat. And then you're like, nah, I already blew it. You know, what's the sense? So then you give up. And that was the story of my life. Talk about yo-yo dieting. Oh my gosh. Over the course of my lifetime, I probably lost 1,000 pounds. Well, I don't know if it'd be that much, but, you know, but always came back on. And then some. For anybody that has tried to lose weight, you probably know exactly what I'm talking about. And, you know, I would go, finally I got myself into the gym mode. I was a gym rat. I would go every day. This is when I was working part-time yet. Every day after work, would go to the gym for an hour and a half every day. Well, during the week anyhow. And half hour working out on the weight machines and free weights. And then a half an hour cardio. No, hour cardio. What am I talking about? Half hour on the recumbent bike, and I worked my butt off on those. The recumbent bike, and then a half hour on the treadmill. And yeah, I booked. And I was drenched every time I walked out of that gym, and it was such a good feeling. I mean, definitely, you know, dragging butt going into the gym, but I knew I should do it. And, you know, you just get into the routine. But by the time you walk out of that gym, oh my gosh. You know, when they say exercise can give you a high because it raises your endorphins, and, you know, I have heard that, you know, runners get, like, addicted to it. If they don't run on, you know, one day, they miss a day and stuff, they are definitely more depressed and everything. So yeah, I remember now with, you know, babysitting, I don't go to the gym anymore. Part of me really misses it. Part of me doesn't. But I've been able to keep all the weight off without going back to the gym. But who knows if that's going to be the case once the kids are old enough, or once they are, you know, to go to school, or once, you know, Heather does put them full-time in daycare. I don't know. Grandma won't be getting near the amount of exercise she is now. So I will have to watch what I eat much closer. Because I do allow myself to snack at night. Because, you know, my tummy's only so big, I can only eat so much at one time. So I get hungry. And many times, I have been craving apples lately. So I'll cut up an apple. So that's a good snack. But then I crave some maybe not so good things. I'm sure we've all been there. One thing that I don't crave, and I know a lot of people do, is ice cream. I'm not a huge ice cream eater. And like cake, I don't like cake. Anything, especially like chocolate cake, ooh. Don't like anything chocolate. Brownies, you know, stuff like that. Except for milk chocolate, like a candy bar. That I like. Go figure. I don't know what it is, but yeah, otherwise anything with chocolate in. Ew. Never could stand chocolate ice cream either, but now I don't mind chocolate ice cream, so I'll have a scoop here and there. But like I said, I'm not a huge ice cream lover. Oh my gosh, do we have it all? Wowie, wowie. I was jabbering so much, didn't even realize I was almost done. Oh, and I got on tangents during this coloring chat. Boy, oh boy. First my recording, how I record tangent, and now food and diet. I apologize. All right, so we did get this finished. Yay! And just in time, it's 3:45, so I do have to go hop in the shower. I don't know where we're going to eat, but we shall see. So, I thank you for joining me, and I hope you enjoyed watching this. I'm glad you joined me. If you liked it, please hit that thumbs up button and subscribe if you're new to my channel. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you know when I put out new videos. I hope everybody's having a fantastic weekend, and as always, happy color. Bye, guys.